Good evening, everybody. In this video, I'm going to show us how to create essay question, okay, to measure the level of student understanding. So far, we've been able to make our quiz using multiple choice question, using true or false, using matching type of question, using fill in the gap, using drag and drop, and we have host of others. But one other one I think most teachers may like to use is the essay question. Now, people have been asking this question. When you are creating your quiz, you are free to mix up your question, not because it's CBT you have to use only multiple choice. You could use number one could be multiple choice. Number two could be true or false. Number three could be essay question. Number four could be matching question. Number five could be essay question. Number six could be essay question. So, but let me tell you the difference. Now, when you add essay question to your quiz, essay questions are not graded automatically. I know we all want the automatic, yes. But when you add essay question to your quiz, like I'm going to show you now, it's very simple. The only thing that the student will see is when the student submits answering all your quiz question, whether essay, whether multiple choice. Once they click on submit, the multiple choice among them, the true or false, the matching question, those ones will be marked automatically. So if the question is 8, okay, and the essay question is taking 4 out of the 8, when the child clicks on submit, the child will see that he got the ones he got out of those 4 that are multiple choice or true or false, while the remaining the essay that is taking the 4 marks would not be marked. So the student would see that he would have to check back to see the final grade, meaning the child or the student will have to give the teacher maybe one day grace for the teacher, to just add that 4 to make it 8. Okay, so I'm going to show you a sample now. It's very simple. So we should not run away from it, because and the funniest thing is it's not difficult, because even if the computer has marked the others for you, all you need to do is just to go to the ones you gave essay and just put a mark there. You've already told the computer how many mark the essay will take. So all you need to do is just to go to that particular student and put 4 if you feel the child did very well there. Okay, so without further ado, let me click on this midterm exam that I've been using. So though I've created a quiz, I want to add more quiz. So to add more quiz or more question, you click on this gear button after clicking on the quiz. Okay, you saw what I did now. When you log in, make sure your editing is turned on. Okay, just as usual, just turn it on. Then you go straight to your quiz. Are you with me now? So just click on it. If you use this edit here, this would edit the container of the quiz. Okay, you are not editing the quiz, it's the question. So because I want to go to the question itself, I have to first of all pass through the container by clicking on the quiz. Then this is where the student would attempt it, or you yourself as the teacher can attempt it. And you also have your gear button. So please, you're going to be using this button, teachers, especially when you want to check the result. Because maybe I'm going to do another video to show us how to use this result options here. Okay, this is where I'm going to do the manual grading. Okay, I'm going to show you that. Okay, so this gear button is very important. So in this case now, I want to add one more question to this. Okay, I'm going to click on edit quiz. So in this case now, I just want to add just one question to make it 3 questions here. So I gave the first question 1 mark because it's CBT. This one is a matching question. So there are 3 questions inside to be matched. So I gave it 3 marks. Okay, so I'm going to add the fourth one, and I'm going to click on add a question. So in this case now, I'm going to choose essay. Okay, I've taught us how to use multiple, true or false, matching, and which other one? I've taught us how to use the drag and drop text. So the one I'm teaching now is called essay. Okay, so and look at it, you can read this description. It allows a response of a file, so you could ask them to upload a file. Okay, and this must be graded manually. So don't worry, we'll click on add. So all you need to do is just to fill in the question name. So your question name could be the same thing as your text. Okay, but in this case I'm using let's say essay example. Okay, the example I'm doing here is called essay. Then what's the question? Let's say okay, in your opinion, what is learning? Okay, what is learning? So once I click on that, I've asked that question. Okay, let me put question mark. So how many marks would this take? Let's say I'm going to need this to be 4 marks. So the student could get lesser than this, but the maximum for this essay question is 4. Now general feedback. Now general feedback is not compulsory, but you could just write anything here. It has nothing to do with maybe the child got everything or the child did very well. No. So this just has to do with maybe saying anything, like maybe okay, let's say something like thank you, or thanks for. So let them just see something at the end of the quiz, or do you understand? Your result will be shown to you later, or things like that. So I could just say thanks for completing. See you tomorrow. Okay, let's just say I just need that, no problems. So what you need to do next, under the response format, because there are other options here, but I don't. So if you want them to be able to type at the same time, computer should allow them to pick a file. Maybe you've asked them to upload something, so you choose this second one. But if it's just for them to type in the box, so you don't need, just leave it by the default. Okay, so others, the size of the box, okay, it should be 15 lines. So in this case now, if you make your lines more, students will feel that they need to write more. Okay, so the limit the of line you put here will determine the perspective the child will get and say, oh, I think the teacher wants me to put more. Do you understand? So you could make it 20 lines if you feel it's going to be more. Then require attachment, not optional. Allow attachment, if you want allow attachment, how many? Okay, so just like that. Now finally, grader information. So in this, okay, sorry, what of response? Okay, response template. Maybe you have a template that you want them to follow, so I'm not going to do that today because of time. I'm trying to watch this video. So for the grader information, so in this case now, maybe you are not the only teacher, you have a larger class where you have people that are helping you to mark. Do you understand? Because as a teacher in your course, if you have an assistant, you could the assistant could be also added. Do you understand? And what the assistant will do for you is to log in and mark for you. So if there is an information for grader, you put it here. So that grader would use this information here to mark it. It's just like a marking scheme. Okay, yeah, so that's what this means. So you leave it. So once I'm done, I'm going to click on save. Let me do save changes, because I'm going to show you how it is on the student end and show you when they submit. Okay, so I'm going to click on save changes. I'm not going to preview it. Okay, so once I've saved it, now my questions are here. So but before I go, I need to check this. This is 4 questions, this is 3, this is 1. That makes it 8. Okay, so that you have to change this is the maximum total. So if I put this as 20, you know what it means. So the computer will know how to share this, but you need to just to reduce the confusion. So if it's 8 that is there, I just make it 8, and please save. Okay, save it. So once you're done with that, I'm going to go to the student end and I'm going to refresh my page. So this page, I'm logged in as a student. So when the student comes and click on this exam and attempt it, So please pay attention to this now. This is what your student will see. For those that want to know how the student will see it on their hand, maybe this would help you. So once the student logs in and clicks on it, they read the instruction and they see attempt now. They see the timing and they are ready to start. So once they click on attempt quiz, it will ask them, tell them what they need to know, ask to limit hours, time will count down from the moment you start, things like that. Are you sure you want to start now? The child will say start. Okay, good. So this is how the student would see it from their end. So 2 plus 2 is what? 4. Click on next page. Are you with me now? So for teachers that are wondering how the student would see this, is very important. That's why this video would also help you. So if a child has clicked, the child could go back. That's why we have these 2 buttons, next and we have previous. So I could go to previous and I could change my option. So that doesn't mean because I've chosen 4, I can't come back and change it to 6. You could keep changing, no problem. As long as you've not clicked final submit, you are free to change. Are you with me now? You could even clear your choice. Clear my choice. So you start all over again. 4. Are you with me? Clear my choice. 4. There's no problem. Or you just change it. Nothing like you don't need to do that. So I click on next page. Are you with me now? Now they have to match. This is called matching question for those that have not used it before. So I'm matching this. I think this is classical. This is romantic, and this is so I'm going to click on next page. So here comes the third option, the third question, which is essay. So here now in your option, what is learning? Okay, I say blah blah, something like that. Okay, just to save time. Then what? Now the child still have enough time. That's depending on what you're giving them. So they have options to either click finish attempt here, or they come back to use finish attempt here. So you will notice for some of you that said free navigation, because you left it free, you didn't allow it to be sequential. They could go back to any of the question at interval. They don't need to be following the question accordingly. I could go to 2, I could jump, and when you now they will only see the finish attempt, okay, when I think they've answered the question. So when they get to the last one, you notice there's no finish attempt here. Click on next. Now next. Now finish. So when the child clicks on finish, the computer would save it first. So in this case now, please tell your students that once they click on finish attempt, it has saved their answers, because they could go back and edit their options. Okay, so it is not submitted straight. Are you with me now? Please, when you are doing your Zoom session, please talk to them. Then when they now, because some of them may just think they finished, their time is still counting. They have long time to still think of their answers before they finally click on submit all and finish. If you tell them again, you will no longer be able to change. I will say yes, I'm done. Now take note of this. This is what I'm trying to say. When they finish, the computer will show them review. I'm going to do a video on reviews for some of us that have created our container, because we skip that, and that's very important, because it is garbage in, garbage out. What you want your student to see is what they see. So now I made it in a way that when they finish, they can see their attempts, what they chose, and the computer told them that they got it correctly. Are you with me now? Are you with me now? No, you will notice something here. Grade. What did he say? Not yet graded. But if it was strictly multiple choice that I didn't had essay question to it, it will show them their grade here. So in this case now, it is when the teacher adds the mark for the essay question, that is when their grade will be shown to them. So they will always come back to their quiz page and click on review to see their final score. But from here, they have an idea that this question is 1 mark out of 1, so they got it. They also check the second one, they got everything. But when they check the third one, there is no answer. Okay, now look at that place I told you, the general feedback. Thank you for completing, see you tomorrow. Do you understand? So that is what that means. So when they now click on finish review, that is when the computer will now tell them they will see their mark later. So look at it now. They have to scroll down and look at the summary of their previous attempt. Their grade out of 8 not yet graded. Okay, your final quiz for this is not yet graded, so no more attempts allowed. So they could come back here and review again in case you've given them mark. Are you with me now? So from the teacher's end, you can go to your quiz and you would be able to, maybe in another video I would show us how to check the result of our student. All right, thank you.